Sass, you think you can give us a landscape?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
You fried right now, Seth?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I was fucking I was doing something
He
on my
looks
phone.
fried.
Look like you're spaced out for a minute, bro.
No, I was sending a text.
The Sass does weed people are gonna have a field day with how he looks right now.
I got nowhere to put my phone.
Kind of cam is this? What are we getting?
I'm on my phone, bro.
This buddy's cooked right now, bro.
Is this being recorded?
Yeah. Did you just
Okay.
give us a dick shot? Or did you expect that
You
angle to
did. That
work?
was a
I
crazy
don't know. I don't know
angle.
what I thought that angle was gonna do, but I
That
thought it would be
angle was
better.
never gonna work. Ever.
That was unbelievable.
Oh God.
I can't believe you tried to post up cross-legged with
That was
the
unbelievable.
camera coming up.
That is to stay in.
All right, shall we?
Yeah,
Let it
let's
rip.
do it. You want me to give a classic Mook intro?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's what everyone always talks about. They say Eddie's, Mook's, all the classic intros. Martial
Yeah.
sports.
It's just a class. It's all you can't replicate it. It's Saturday, December 27th, 6:45 p.m. The Bush, our Challenger Cup 3 champions. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. Hello,
What's up?
What up, boys? What up? What up?
Feeling
Austin.
good.
Austin, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Austin with the sick virtual background.
Yeah. People have been kind of glazing me so much, like, wow, Austin's so good at negotiating, Austin's so rich, yada yada. So I felt like I had to put up a green screen for appearances.
It looks like, is that like Beijing?
Yeah, this is where they filmed The Dark Knight. Actually, those scenes and when they were flying over the city. This is actually the apartment they used.
Yeah.
Yo, Austin posted a picture the other day. Maybe yesterday. I don't even know. It was like the sun like hitting off the buildings, and I was like, "Holy shit, where is this?" He's like, "My living room."
Also, I've had the conversation with Jerry like 7 times. Like every time I post a picture from my apartment, he's like, "That place is awesome. What is it?" And I was like, "Still the same one that you asked last time, Jerry."
Is that the infamous couch behind you?
Yeah, that's the couch.
It's a great couch.
Looks
It's-
solid.
It's worth every penny.
It is.
Looks like a solid couch.
Lot of room,
Unbelievable.
Oh,
room
yeah.
on that thing.
Tons.
But yeah, Austin. I mean, Behind the Bush came out, and people are loving the negotiation tactics. You thought you were gonna look like a dick and a douche.
I think I first of all, let me just say, like the people that are like calling Jace out and shit online, like you guys are kind of fucking losers. Like we're fine, we're past it. Me and him moved on. Like if you're out here trying to white knight for me online, you're a loser. I'm a lot to deal with anyway. Like I am a dick, and I mean, like I didn't apologize to him because I didn't think I was wrong, but I was a little aggressive with the way he's never dealt with me before. It's like he's a guy on his free time helping Barstow out. He's doing all us a favor. He's doing something that none of us can do here, and we appreciate that. So the people that are being like, get rid of Jace, like all this shit, like none of us can do what Jace does. So fuck off.
True.
Huh?
Facts.
Also, they overblow. I mean, like people were making it seem like I wrote art of the deal, or I was like negotiating for peace in the Middle East. I was like, hey, the money's $2,000, pay 2,000. They're like, we want to pay one. I said no. They said okay, fine. Like they made it seem like in terms of like my negotiations and deals, that's not going on like the highlight tape. People are like, he's an unbelievably savvy business mind. Wow, you can see this is why he's taking over for Dave. Like this is he's got him in the. I said two, they said one. I said no, they said okay. That was the extent of the negotiation. It wasn't that big of a thing. The only reason it was a thing is because Jace, and honestly, the people that call him Jace pussies should also be calling you guys pussies because you guys were all on a call together being like, we need to tell Austin no, like we can't do this. And Jace was the one who had to deal with me. You all were pussies too about it.
Hand up, pussy, for sure.
I'm not waving the white flag just yet, but I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the group text with Sass and Mook, and I was in tears, bro. I was like, "Yo, Jace is getting crushed right now."
Because for context, there's separate factions really of the ownership group of like you guys deal with your shit. Like I'm not really involved in the day-to-day stuff of Bush. I only got hooked up with Jace because we were trying to buy Aluka and the whole Omit team, so we needed to know like numbers, and Jace had that. Jerry put me on a text with Jace. I didn't save his number, so the only text that I had with Jace was the one with Jerry. So when I was ripping Jace, it was just also in a group chat with Jerry, and he was trying to de-escalate. He's like, "Austin, when can we jump on a call? Like, we need to be talking ASAP. Like, what's going on?"
Yeah, I think also some lore for like anyone that's newer to challengers. Like the reason we were being kind of pussies because it was like if we didn't let TJ go, it would have been like a hostage situation, and then we would have never signed another player ever again. That
Which
was
I was willing to do. That wasn't a bluff. I 100% would have held him. just for the like, I said it too. I was like, there's a difference between like, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to trash TJ, but like if he was like a good soldier, like he's promoting Bush, like he really cared all this stuff, and it's like, all right, he won't be able to leave otherwise. Sure, let him go there. I don't really feel like he gave a shit about us, so it's like, why should I give a shit about you?
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean that's just the genius business mind at work.
I also said I got a good edit because I said a lot of like really douchey and like shit and stuff, and I think John is just really trying to get a job, so he tried to make me look in a good light, and I was like, you don't have to like try to make me look good in these things. Like you can make me look like I mean, I've made a career out of getting yelled at for being an idiot, then clipping those things and then posting them to a guy with like 30 million followers over the place. And then so everyone's just like, well, this Austin guy must be a moron. Every time we see a clip of him, he's doing something stupid. It's like, yeah, well, guess who has to clip, post, and caption those things? It's me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like this fucking moron Austin fucked this up again. It's like, well, it's coming from me.
Yeah, you're also playing kind of a juice game because me, Sass, and Jerry are kind of retards. So it's
Also true. Yeah. People said they said the same thing when I negotiated with Jerry in the first place. The two negotiations people have been giving me credit for. Well, the one I just explained is nothing. And the other one I was negotiating a former crackhead and two of the biggest pushovers I think maybe in content.
True. Can't deny that.
Yeah.
But speaking of Jace, we had like I don't know if we want to keep this part in, but there was like a weird, I mean, we're on break, we're all chilling with our families, and then all of a sudden we get a group text, me, Sass, Jerry, Austin, and Jerry just goes, guys, ... Do you want to explain what you said, Jerry?
Yeah, listen, I was hearing rumblings. Jace was the GM of Surge, and he was negotiating against himself for the buyout of TJ.
To be fair to Jerry, I also got a bunch of DMs about this, and I was so confused because I saw one and I was just like, I had people to say shit or whatever. And then multiple different people were saying it. I was like, someone has to be seeing something. And it was a screenshot of our Discord. And someone said, like, it was clearly like going back and forth. It was just, I think it was just Jace either misread it or they're joking. And he was like, Jace, you're the GM of Surge. And he's like, but if I have to choose between Bush or Surge, I'm taking Bush 100% of the time. Yeah. And Jerry said, we got a fucking problem, guys. this Jace guy, I said it. It was like Kaiser Sose at the end of the movie. Instead of like he stops limping, Jace just has like a deep voice and he's been playing us the whole time. He's like this big mastermind.
Could you imagine I got that Jace was the GM?
Dude, I got that text and like for like maybe a millisecond, I was like, no way.
You were excited, Jerry.
And then immediately I was like, oh, wait, there's zero fucking chance that that's even a possibility.
Jerry was like, this would be phenomenal for content, that motherfucker, because we don't deal with the other teams at all. They call Jace, Jace comes to us.
Yeah.
So the whole 2000, 1000 Surgers, those fucking losers over there were calling us liars and being like cap and all this stuff. They still didn't say what actually happened. They leaked it some CDLs insiders, but wouldn't put out something themselves. I think that's because that's the reputation of they don't put anything out content wise. And I can understand why they're bad at what they do. But yeah, so it was like we didn't deal with it. So the 2000, 1000, all that shit, all that just came from Jace. So there was a chance that we got it wrong or we looked like idiots or that, like Jerry said, Jace was just negotiating a room against himself and coming back to us being like, they're really pounding me on this one, man. Like they're really trying to get me what's down here, and he's just talking to himself.
I started busting out laughing at like a family dinner. What someone was like, "Yeah, Jace has just been in the mirror this entire time doing the negotiation."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit!
Wild.
But he's
I
not.
mean, I don't even know. Like, it would be so genius if he did that. But it would be such like I don't even like if he just did that just to entertain himself.
Yeah,
And like didn't tell anyone.
They also had the other part where they were fucking with us, being like, we don't want you guys to announce the fact that TJ's going there. It's like we had a scheduled live stream. Everyone knew, it was leaked everywhere. People were talking about it as if it was fact. I think most people already assumed that he had been signed at that point because it was so official everywhere. And they're like, we don't want you telling anyone. It's like, we got a fucking live stream schedule. Why don't you fuck off?
We were late. We were late on our own news. And I told Jace too, I was like, ask Surge if they want to collab on this announcement. Nothing.
Yeah. I still think they've announced it right now. I think as of now, it is December 27th, 5:54 p.m. Central Time, as Mook said in the intro. I don't think they still announced it. They put out the black screen with nothing because they clearly have no one that does content in their entire thing, because that's the extent of the hype that they're building. Everyone knows what's their plan? Or they might not do anything. They'll just play the next CDL match and TJ's just going to be there.
Yeah. I would assume they'll probably do some sort of like announcement before the matches start again. But I mean, dude, even the break that they have right now for the CDL is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know, like they played like 3 matches and then they have 3 full weeks off.
I've seen a lot of people saying it, and I think it's obviously a lot to do with Bush, but I think it's a lot to do with like the format. The CDL is a lot more boring than Challengers is.
Yeah.
Like obviously people are like, oh, they want the highest level, like they want to watch the people and stuff, but it's like from a match-to-match entertainment standpoint, Challengers are blowing the CD out of the water. They playing like round robin, like fucking one single off matches, no eliminations. Like it's boring.
Yeah, they should be playing every week.
Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty, the best way to watch it has to be like a tournament style viewing. Because like if you're not doing a tournament, then it's like, you're just watching a best of 5 series that means nothing.
It might as well be scrims. You might as well just be watching Optic and FaZe scrim on a Wednesday. Like there's no. Well, I mean, obviously the actual events and stuff, it's all building up to it. It's like, but do you want people to it's basically like golf. It's like people only going to care about the majors. Like if they play every weekend and no one gives a shit.
Yeah. If they just did like the similar layout to Challengers, it would be so much more entertaining.
I saw Method saying that. It's like, it seems like every single person in the CDL agrees and was like, they want to change it. But this Daniel Chisay guy is either a moron or everyone in the league is pussies that they won't throw their weight around to just try to change the format.
Well, I got a scheduled call with Chisay next week.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're talking shit on Jerry's friend right now.
Yeah, he was in, he was in Taiwan for the holidays. We were chopping it up, texting back and forth. And, just a little miscommunication with the time difference over there and whatnot. But what just happened?
Whoa.
Where'd Jerry go?
Oh, God, Jesus.
Where's Jerry?
Inhaled by the darkness.
He's in the upside down. Where'd he go?
You adopted the darkness. Jerry was born into it.
This really is.
Jerry, what happened?
This is Batman.
Did the lights go out or did you get swallowed by the filter?
No, I didn't get swallowed. The thing went down.
How big is the room that you're in? It sounds like you're 50 feet away right now.
He's at the
I'm in
office.
the green screen room at the bar school.
Oh.
You're at the office right now?
Yeah, watching some ball, man.
Oh.
Yeah, Jerry just called me. He's like, do you want to hang out at the office? I was like, for what? He's like, just to hang out. Like, he's going to want to watch some football.
Yeah, watching ball. But anyway, to say we got a scheduled call this week. Miscommunication back and forth with the time difference. I was texting him, and he was like, "Hey, Jerry, it's like 4 a.m. here." So I kind of fucked that up.
This is an unbelievable world that we're in right now. Is like the most powerful man in esports is talking to a guy who's getting swallowed by his green screen filter at 4 a.m. in Taiwan. All these other people being like, we want to change the CDL, we want to change this. The only person who's actually making any change is the guy who can't figure out Zoom. Yeah.
So hopefully it goes well. We'll see where it goes.
What are you guys going to talk about? Just talking shop? Just
I think
brains?
I want to bring up a couple ideas, maybe a couple possible changes that the challengers could have. I'd love to start grand finals 1-0 or 2 best of 5s. I think that should change.
100%.
Also, just want to get a gauge. I know it's early for us. I know we're still growing. I would like to get a gauge on what teams are what teams really want out of the CDL, what teams who wants to expand it, what the price looks like.
Yeah, right now it's not even since they did away with the franchising thing, and I think they said they paid everyone back who paid their fee to do it. No one actually knows what it costs to get into the CDL.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have no idea. All I could find online was just that it was $20 million buy-in, and then a year later they paid everyone back.
Yeah. So that no one knows it is. But honestly, I'll put this out now. Barstool will not be paying for a CDL spot. Not only do I think they're going to eventually come and give one us free, I think they're going to pay us to take a CDL spot.
You think so, Austin?
I think they're going to give us money in a sort of basically like an ad deal thing, and whether they take ownership in Bush or whatever. I think the value of bringing in this many people that don't consume Call of Duty at all. Now, granted, this is all with a grain of salt because no offense to your friend, Jerry, he seems like a moron with the way that they deal with everything and the way that they treat fans and everything. So they might just be dumb, but if they're smart at all, they're eventually going to pay us to take a spot in the CDL.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. Don't you think other teams would be really pissed?
No.
I think you could show. I mean, like I said, they all got paid back. So really, essentially, all of them are in the CDL for free anyways.
True.
And the net eyeballs, I think anyone who's actually smart and understands what's going on, it just rising tide lifts all ships. If we bring in 50% audience that's never seen Call of Duty before, it's just more money to go around for everyone.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. So, I mean, with us moving like this, Austin, you've been tapped in. How are we looking for Major One? It's coming up in a month. In 1 month, we'll be in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I guess this is hypothetically this is the end of year review, really. This is like you sit down with your boss at the end of the year and be like, here's how you guys have done. I wrote down the things.
Talk to us nice. Talk to us nice.
I'll talk to you nice. All right. I guess then I'll start with the things I think you guys have done well, which is the content surrounding the players has been A1. Obviously, the players are the players, whatever. But I think not only has it been good, you've created a blueprint for any other content creators to do something like this. Now, obviously, whether or not they get a Mook, Jerry, or Sass laying around is a different question. But beyond good content, you've showed a roadmap of people to how to actually do this thing.
I told Dana he should start an AAU team.
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm saying. It's not even just outside of video games. This is obviously a little bit different because it's there's incredibly low overhead. It's really all upside, especially for orgs that have existing infrastructure and the Huntsman and things like that. If you get entertaining personalities involved watching gameplay, obviously it's a bonus for players to have personality, but it's you can just focus on recruiting the best of the best, and the content focus can just be, in this case, it's the 3 of you guys, but whoever is quote unquote owning the team in this thing.
Yeah.
So that people don't give enough credit to Sass. Credit to Sass. He came up with it.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. That's what I do.
People been glazing Jerry a lot, face of the bush, this thing he's got to say on the horn. They saying Jerry's got motion like no one else in the CDL. Jerry didn't come up with the Bush.
Fair. That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's a group effort.
Hey,
it's a group effort.
I'm going to take credit for Sass coming to me with the idea and me saying we should hit up Jerry.
Good.
I'm going to take credit.
I think that might have been me too. Unfortunately.
I wrote that one.
I was like my immediate thoughts going to Jerry.
I'm gonna find those texts.
I think credit going around, 0 goes to Mook in this situation. Sass gets it for coming up with it, Jerry gets it for the motion, I get it for being the best negotiator this side of either side of the Mississippi. Mook is kind of just along for the ride.
I'm running socials. What are we talking about?
Mook's been grinding.
Yeah, he has.
All the boys, man. All the boys.
But I think another thing you guys have done great, obviously, is the fans, the galvanizing the fan, they're super engaged, super positive, which for a Barstool thing isn't really the usual. Jerry knows because he quit a show that was based on the chat because of how not positive those people are. And now these same people are coming back in being we love you, JJ.
Best decision I ever made.
That you quit it or that you joined this?
Then I joined the Bush.
Got it.
And,
I mean, like,
quitting Jerry After Dark.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Well, that's in the past.
But it's like you guys have put in, like, you've been super on top of everything, long hours, consistent streams, interacting with the fans on stream, social. Like, great job being excited and getting people excited. So
I also think
talk to you nice.
I think it also a big shout out to the Call of Duty fans that have come over. I thought going into it, my biggest worry going into this was that the COD fans were going to be like, fuck this, fuck Barstool, like all that. And it's like they've been nothing but the complete opposite. Like they're just as fired up as the people who already are following Barstool. Like they're just pumped for more content.
I think they're just starving for it. I think it's like it's this weird thing where it's like, I think it's a dumb thing for people to do in general, but I think it's especially dumb for creators where there's like, especially it seems like in the CDL, there's like this like too cool for school thing where it's like, it's too cool to care. And like the players don't want to stream or they don't want to do this. And it's like, it's such a fuck you to the fans in that situation, because it's like, if you're being like, I'm too cool to do this, you're basically just calling anyone who watches you a loser. Like anyone who's interested in this is a loser. Cause it's like, I'm above this, especially in the challenger scene. Like we've obviously dealt with it a little bit with our players, but it's like, you think that you're above the scene that you're in. It's like, well, what are you telling all the people who are interested in the day to day of what you're doing? So you're just telling them you're a loser. It's like, why should you care? Why should you care about this? Or the person who's doing it doesn't care.
Yeah.
And so I think you guys have been a breath of fresh air in that way. It's like you guys genuinely care about it.
I'm with Sass too. I thought we were going to announce this team, and the CDL, Reddit, and the people on the flank were going to be like, "Fuck these pussies."
Yeah.
I also thought we were probably going to get like 100 viewers.
Yeah, definitely.
We did during tryouts.
True. Yeah, true.
Tryouts were literally like, we capped out at like 200 viewers. And I was like, all right, this is going to be a little bit more of a grind than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I guess our followings weren't really as big as we thought they were going to be. It's like, you guys are tweeting about it. You guys are retweeting. It's like, come on in. This is it. We're going to get our best team. And you show up there and you have the size of a high school gym of people watching you.
Yeah.
I think what solidified it, though, was I think the initial roster.
100%.
Big time.
Yeah. I think that's what people realized it was going to be like an actual thing.
Yeah.
I think being competitive, obviously, is always going to be important. That's like a long-term thing that I wouldn't say I'm worried about, but because even the best teams that have the most resources in challengers aren't always at the top, because there's just, the human error of like, are these four people going to play together? Are they going to be good? I think that Bush being consistently one of the best things helps. I think you can still make good content around it regardless. But them being one of the best teams consistently obviously makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, even if you look at like Optic from last year, like if you talk to any of those guys, like they'll tell you like when Optic was on that 0-18 stretch, like that, even their content like was like, they said it was like hard to do content.
Yeah, it's hard
because it's just like everyone's just furious.
Yeah.
So winning is definitely helps a lot.
We love winning. 100%. We love winning.
Yep.
All right, I talked to you nice enough, so now let's get into the nitty gritty of the.
Fuck.
I wrote a couple things down, things that I think you guys can do better with. This is we're doing like a real year-end review at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
Consistency. I think this is like a twofold thing. This is more, firstly, like from a sales perspective, the most important thing from our sales department and like in terms of trying to sell things is consistency. Like our salespeople are good at what they're good at, and they're not good at what they're not good at. And what they're good at is selling consistent like video, audio products that they know where it's going, when it's going, how it's going out. They're bad at selling one-offs, things outside the usual content we do, things on short notice. They don't really know quantities or dates or consistency or whatever. So if we say like, hey, new video game team, they're going to do some other meetings, some vlogs, some couple streams. Hey, you want to buy? You guys are never going to get sponsors. That's just the long and short, I think, from an internal Barstool standpoint, but also just seeing how typically advertisers spend their money. So I think we can just work on turning it into something that our people are good at selling. So that's less about like full on transitioning it, just more about like the framing of it. Just being able to say like, we have 52 weekly podcasts a year. They drop at 10 a.m. on Mondays on audio and video, 45 minutes length. It's time for a pre-roll, presenting sponsor, a couple mid-rolls, yada, yada, yada. Like we can sell that. And those are just owners meetings.
I agree with that. I think we've got the owners meetings pretty much down to Mondays at this point.
Yeah.
And with now that we know like the season, like we weren't like 100%. We didn't know what was going to happen on Saturday, the first cup, like like October and November. Now that we know, it's like owners meetings Monday, streams on the weekend, clips, one-off content. I think we have a better idea of consistency now than we did a month ago when we met.
Yeah. And that's why I think things like part of my take, everyone knows is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if it's not that, they are pounding it like all over the place. Like if you start owners meeting being like, here's our weekly schedule for this week, being like, we're going to do this stream this day, this day, this day. Off the top of it, Jerry makes a Twitter video, 60 seconds, put it out on everything, being like, here guys, here's what's going on this week, where you can watch it. Just being like, in case anyone that day or anyone that week sees a Bush clip, sees a Bush post, sees this, goes across the handle, they know what you guys are doing and when you guys are doing it. And that also just makes it easier from a selling perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that a lot. The announcement thing.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Next thing I think is clips. Now, if you ask anyone that works for me, I'm like very like particular about clips because at this point, like we use Twitter way too much as a company. We say that in like every social meeting.
Yeah.
But like in terms of discoverability outside of followers, like chance to go viral outside of the people who follow you, it's by far the worst one. So in terms of like Instagram, TikTok, like Reels, all that stuff, clips and volume of clips is the biggest discoverability potential for Bush outside of people who have no fucking clue of what it is right now. Obviously, that's easier said than done. All of this is going to be with a grain of salt because you guys have no resources and there's only so much that people can do from a standpoint of working for free and working on top of the things they actually get paid to do. But that, I think, is the number one volume of clips. Like there was so many things over the weekend or the last stream that was like probably 50 to 100 clips between owners meetings, behind the Bush streams, that it was like any of those could have had potential to go viral everywhere. It's just obviously a question of man hours and putting them out everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you think like the biggest social platforms are for this? I feel like it's got to be like challengers / competitive COD. Like I feel like it lives on.
But to me, I don't even think like there are so many things. I would say if there were from between behind the Bush, the streams and the owners meeting, I'd say conservatively probably 75 clips between all those that were like could have been solid, good clips. And I would say of those 75, 5 were about actual gameplay. Like I would say it's much more about the interaction of you guys. It's much more about like the Jerry Bounce thing. No one has to have any context of what Call of Duty or Challengers is.
Yeah.
They're just looking at a guy doing really gay shit. Like that has nothing to do with anything else about it. Like I think it's just people that like comedy things or people that just like entertaining things. I don't really think it has anything to do with what's popular in Call of Duty and Challengers.
We can get maybe a little negotiation, possibly. Never mind.
What?
Where was that going?
I know where that was going.
Just say it.
A retweet or a bump from Dave would do nice.
Yeah, I just think you guys you've been a little wishy-washy with Dave's involvement of the Bush and his relationship with
T. What are you talking about? Wishy-washy?
No, like his relationship with the Bush and the Bush fans has not been. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster.
Volatile, very volatile.
The barrier for entry for getting a retweet or a talk about of this is a little bit higher than if it was a regular Barstool production.
Fair.
Now imagine if Stool Presidente sent Bush Gaming
man.
He went dark again.
Hold on, sorry.
You're good.
All right, good.
No. There he is.
No, there he is.
Jerry, imagine if Dave tweeted out the reel of you bouncing on it, like that, then you become a viral gay icon.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's fucking.
We've been looking for one since Joey left. Honestly, you kind of look the same.
Yeah, listen, for the
JJ
clicks,
the
man.
Bear.
Clicks bring in the money, right? I got no problem.
Yeah.
JJ the Bear is crazy.
the Bear of the Bush.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess you'll see if this gets a bunch of people in your DMs being like, I can do clips and I can do it. Because having someone that can edit, 50 clips a week for you guys, someone could be like, all right, I'm going to get this up on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like the more consistent you can be with like output and scheduling, it's easier going to be for sales, easier it's going to be for the fans, and easier it's going to be to like gain new fans who have no fucking clue what's going on.
That's good
because
feedback.
this is good
That's
content.
Good feedback.
Because this is like good content.
The Twitch too. If we could just find someone that could just sit in that. Like when we do the streams, like Twitch is so easy to clip from, and then you can just go into those clips and you can download them straight to your phone.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest interface, and it works well.
Like I said, this is like objectively, it doesn't matter if you're an esports fan or a Call of Duty or video games at all, like fan. Like it's good content. It's funny. It's engaging. It like by virtue of how it's done, it builds a community. The medium of like being a Call of Duty team doesn't really matter. Like I said, like the things that people are tuning in for aren't really that. It's like a story that people like feel like they're generally on the ground floor for. Like they're excited to see you guys fuck up and, you know, make mistakes and be bad negotiators and get pushed over all the time. But like they're excited for it. And it's like, no one wants to see me run this team for a variety of reasons. And I'm not going to do it for another variety of reasons. One, I'm not paid to do this at all. I'm just a fan really of the Bush at this point. And I got assigned to do this out of Dave not wanting to deal with Jersey Jerry. And I have way too much stuff other to do to be day-to-day Bush. I get paid way too much money to be dealing with the Bush, honestly. But I enjoy it. I have fun. I was a fan of the Bush when it was the Warlords. I think the three of you guys are funny. I think that the concept is funny. And I just happened to be a fan that accidentally was given 100% ownership of the team because Jersey Jerry trying to scam Dave.
Now, building off that, we appreciate your guidance, Austin. But what is the big man's temperature on the Bush right now? Any talks?
We talked a little bit about it.
Sounds like he's pulling you off.
No. That wasn't even close to the conversation. It was. So I've had a couple conversations about the Bush from people that matter at this company. First conversation or a couple conversations about resources, about do we want to give them resources yet? What resources do you want to give them? That sort of stuff. I said no when they came to me and asked that for mainly one reason. I think we let this ride out until Major One. I think that because that came to me, first conversation I had about resources, I think was someone came to me a week after the first Challenger stream. And I was just like, I think if we give people that are going to clip for you and give you guys this and sales on top of it and all this shit, and like we assign people, it's going to be a lot harder when we get to Major One to be like, look at this, what we built from the ground up. It's going to be like, what do you mean you did for a week and then we gave you all the resources? You guys were basically getting no credit for the entire thing. And I thought it wasn't that big of a barrier of like, oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff they can't do if we don't give them resources. I felt you could do everything with the current setup you have up until Major One. And it gives you a much stronger leverage. I mean, I guess I'm technically negotiating with myself in this situation, but it gives you a better negotiating position to be like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm essentially Jason in the situation. I'm and honestly, that's what happened to start. Because I was advising Jerry how to negotiate with Dave for this thing because I'm just Jerry's friend. And then Dave put me in charge of negotiation and it flipped real quick from friends to enemies. It puts you in a much stronger position to come after Major One to be like, here's the numbers we've done this for. At that point, it'll be about 2 months since the season started. Here's the numbers on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, yada yada yada. We're not, no paid Barstool employees are on it. We're not, taking money from Barstool. Everything that we do is pure profit. Being able to be like, here's the numbers of what we brought in. There's no overhead. There's no this. We're using existing equipment. We're doing it on our free time, on weekends, yada yada. Not even from a buying the Bush back perspective, but all your individual like standings within Barstool makes it a little bit easier to be like, I know JJ's gonna. I don't know if JJ, you want to say what you said before?
Yeah, I'm out.
The call started.
I'm out on buying the Bush.
You're out?
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy the Bush.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Let's hear some explanation.
I think the new path here is, at the end of the day, right? We buy the Bush, right? Let's say we all chip in and we buy the Bush.
Yeah.
What is it really getting us? We're not selling it.
It's true. It's true. Well, if the Saudis come knocking, though.
Okay, I'm back. Listen, I'm back in. Then I'm back in.
Jerry, the Saudis could make you a prince. Bro.
Okay, I'm back in. I'm back in. I forgot about the Saudis, honestly.
Well, we also talked about this a little bit of like, it's not just purely about, because we also talked about whether or not, I think only Jerry and I talked about this, whether or not the buying of it you guys want purely from an ownership of if it ever gets sold again, or from an ownership of like basically a rev share agreement, like the people that have them here being like, if you own 10%, you get 10% of revenue.
What do you think is best for us, Austin? What do you think?
Well, the other thing that I said is, since this is like a hard thing to gauge how much money it's going to make, until ad dollars start coming in and until you guys do this for a long enough time to be like, how much money is this thing going to make? I think right now, personally, your better bet is, because it's going to be one or the other. You're not going to be able to buy the bush and then go into contract negotiations and be like, look at this thing that I started. I want to make more money. Dave's just going to be like, well, we're giving you a rev share agreement from this. Why? What do you mean? Why are you going to make more money from your salary?
Yeah.
I think because you can get a raise off of making good content, even if it doesn't make a ton of money. I think that at this moment, because it's hard to tell, forecasting is a better path to, if you guys are just trying to get paid, being here's this thing we built, here's the engagement, here's the community, here's the numbers. Like, I want to make a little more money here. I think that's a better path right now, because it's just so much unknown with the actual financials of what this thing's going to be in 6 months, a year, or whatever. Especially if you're buying it, like you're going to put down $100,000 to be like, it's still a crazy concept, this whole thing that you guys are, paying for this. But if you had to ask me between the two of them, you're not going to have to go into a contract negotiation and be like, hey, I want to make $10,000 more. Here's $5,000 to start. Anything that you do is net negative. You're starting off in a hole. Like whatever you buy it for, you're getting there, unless you obviously hit the incentives to the point, which I guess we'll get to where you guys are at in the incentives, unless you get to the point where we give you a percentage for free.
Yeah,
Does that answer your question?
The only, it's like, if we bought it, the upside is Saudi money.
Yeah, but we're fucked if we buy it, Mook. We got to fund everything.
I know.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. If we buy it,
you're never gonna. I'm not gonna let you buy 100%. You're never gonna get 100% of the bush. Like, the most that you ever get of the bush is 49%. We're not gonna give you controlling ownership.
You guys are staying majority.
100. It's in the contract. I gave the contract that I gave you guys. I showed you the max amount that you can buy in any of the tiers. Now it goes down the lower the valuation is.
That's the past us. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's in the contract. I wasn't gonna give you guys ownership of a Barstool property. You guys are decision makers of a thing that Barstool owns. Zero chance. That was never gonna happen.
Fair.
Here's my.
You guys think
thing.
I'm a fucking moron?
I don't even want the 5,000, the 10,000. My thing is, like, when the Saudis come knocking and they're throwing around 10 billion, I'm gonna need a little piece of the pie there.
Yeah, honestly, that's a different conversation. If we're just talking straight,
just break the boys off $1 billion.
Like, if we're talking straight ownership percentage purely for the event of a sale, that is a different negotiation than ownership that translates into a rev share. Those are two entirely different conversations. One is, frankly, a lot easier to give you guys a percentage of in a sale thing, because at that point, it's all pure profit. Like, we're making the money regardless. Giving you guys a piece of it is a much easier thing to do than being like, hey, this thing's pulling in X amount of dollars. We got to break off 50% to Mook, Jerry, and Sass. Because that's just not really typically how we do things here. Obviously, like I said, we have a couple of them do that, and Sass tried to get the names of all the people who do that. But that's a much harder hill to climb, just because it's not really how we do business here.
That's like if Live Golf wanted to buy the 4Play brand.
Yeah. So the ownership thing, if you're just talking dollars and cents of just wanting to make money off of a sale, that's an easier conversation.
I think we could package foreplay and Bush together. I think the Saudis would go crazy for that.
Now you're cooking. Now you're cooking.
We have Saudi connections. They came in asking about Pizza Fest. They were trying to buy Pizza Fest, and they were trying to buy. I think they were trying to buy just Dave doing reviews there too.
He was gonna have to do pizza in Saudi.
I think that was maybe part of the Pizza Fest agreement they wanted to do. They just wanted to buy it and bring the whole thing over there. They're just trying to. I mean, I don't want to. I'm in a tough spot here. I don't want to talk bad about Saudi because maybe they'll come by. But
we don't talk bad about Saudi.
I don't want to be glazing Saudi either when they're out there like beheading journalists or whatever. So it's a tough middle ground here.
As far as I'm concerned, that never happened.
There will be a morality price. There will be a morality price to selling Bush. Let me just say that right now.
When we sell Bush, foreplay, and one bite together.
Yeah. Listen, the price just went up. The morals, in order for us to throw our morals out the window, the price has got to go up a little bit. Like if American investors coming in, they want to buy Bush, maybe they get one price. Saudi comes in, price goes up.
Yeah.
So I guess then we don't really need to do the tiers of this thing. I guess maybe just for the fans, I think it's a good thing for them just to have a thing to grasp onto to how they can help you guys out, because even if we don't specifically use this devaluation chart to you guys buying it, the path to you guys owning it is going to be something similar to this regardless. Now I think the criteria and stuff will be a little less strict if the only thing is you guys want a piece in case it ever gets sold, but it will be some sort of you proving it from a content and production standpoint anyway. So I guess a check-in isn't the worst thing. So let me pull this up.
I got my numbers too, right. So I'll be
all right. Well, you let me know if you have anything different. So winnings, the first tier is 5,000. You guys haven't hit that. These tiers. So
I think we
winnings,
have.
Take a seat. Yeah, take a seat.
We hit 5K.
It's 2,000, 2,000.
It's 2,500.
No, it's 2,500 total prize pool. It's 2,000 first place, 500 second place. You guys don't do your research on this?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's on us. It's on us.
Those are bad.
What are you guys doing? Why? How do I know more about this than you guys? It's a 2,500 total prize pool. It's 2,000 first place, 500 second place. We made $4,000.
That's fair.
Gary, let's talk to Say about that.
Yeah.
Winner takes all.
Yeah, winner takes all.
Now, so for the first two tiers, are money and challenger points. These are a little bit skewed. Like you could say following and all that other stuff is a pretty good example of the halfway point. This is not because most of the money comes in the elites and the majors. So in order for you to hit those tiers, like you guys winning 3 Challengers Cup, the most it would have been was $6,000 anyway. You would have barely beat tier 1. It's really just about the placements in the elite and the majors. Speaking of, I think that would be a good, just from the amount of research I've had to do about this, I think that would be a good video of you guys doing that with either like a Temp or a Jace or something, explaining the Challenger season. Because I've seen a lot of people being like, what the fuck's an elite? Like, what's a major? How do you qualify? Just like almost like I don't want to give him credit because he's Nate, but like the Professor Nate whiteboard videos that he does, like the 3 of you guys in like schoolroom chairs or something, just asking whatever questions about how do you qualify for an elite? What is a major? What's the schedule? Just so people, also it's the same thing as like the schedule for a week of like people knowing, all right, we got to get to the elite in fucking January. We got to get to the major February, whatever, elite 2, EWC, like just having that laid out whole season. Here's what we're working for. Here's what we're going for. Here's how we qualify for it. So people know when to be excited. Like, like this is how we get qualified. Like this tournament right here is how we're getting to the major. Here's how we're getting flown out to EWC, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good like one-off video with, I don't know, if it be like Temp or Jace or someone that can actually break down the nitty-gritty of like what is Challengers essentially. So
next weekend is our first elite qualifier. Let me tell you this, we're going to need that video out this week. We'll talk to Temp and Jace, but I put like an hour of research into.
It's fucking complicated because it's like,
hey, don't
you
make
can't
it
even
easy.
find it.
No, you gotta open up like PDFs on like Activision's website.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When I was building like these incentives and stuff, I actually just had to have Jace do a lot of it because he was just in it, so he knew the stuff. But it was like it's hard enough to find stuff for the CDL. For Challengers itself, it's like half the stuff they don't even put out. They're just like everyone knows, like so they just don't broadcast it. This is why it's such a backwards league. They're just so dumb with the discoverability of it. No offense to your friend Jerry, but it's hard to, and I think people would appreciate it, not just like the casual viewers. I think even people that consume the CDL and maybe don't consume Challengers a ton don't know the actual like nitty gritty of it. I know Jace does because he helped with a lot of like doing all this and figuring out how to do incentives and like how these things happen and the prize pools and the points and how everything works with the qualifiers and how you guys would get there.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a very helpful video. It's crazy.
So what am I doing here? Just tell me what it means if we place this. It's fucked. So we'll definitely, that's a great call. We'll do that with Jason.
Like a graphic video, like all that sort of shit, like just putting that out, being like, I think that would do numbers too, in terms of anything. And it'll make it really, like I said, we've done those polls being like 60% sometimes have never fucking watched, let alone Call of Duty. Like it's a niche enough thing. There's sports. Then you get down to the niche of esports. You get down to another niche of specifically professional Call of Duty. And then you're down to even another niche of the minor leagues of professional Call of Duty, of esports. Like, of course, a lot of people that have never watched any professional video games, let alone Challengers, are going to have no fucking clue what's going on. I think even explaining, dumbing it down to the point of like, here's what hardpoint is. Like, here's what Surgeon S&D is. Like, even just like, there's so many people who don't, like, obviously, I think our audience, even if they haven't watched professional Call of Duty, I think everyone kind of grew up playing Call of Duty. Now, obviously, there's new game modes and stuff, but it's like the basics. You don't have to maybe go that far. But I think even just going as base level of like, I think when people are watching HP or Search and Destroy or like just these new game modes, just being like, here's how we win. Here's how you root for it. Like when people know how to root for things and what to be excited for, it just makes things better.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, we actually have like all the game modes, like Gianni actually, shout out Gianni, actually made like the overlay of how the games work, and we just have to do voiceovers for that.
Oh, so sweet.
That'll come out.
Yeah. That whole thing, just explaining Call of Duty, explaining Challengers, I think that video would crush, and I think it would help engagement. I think it would help reach more fans because like I think the barrier to entry of like people are going to tune in that like the three of you, to get them to stay is just educating them on what they're watching, like what they can be excited for. Because a lot of people are going to tune in for the first time. Every time you guys tweet streams out, every time they see clips, every time something happens, it's about making it easy for them to understand what's going on so that they actually stay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think also like even just like explaining like the difference between like why like Major 2 is going to be bigger for us than Major 1 because it's DreamHack. Like I think explaining all that stuff would be beneficial
100%.
too.
Yeah,
definitely. So you guys didn't hit any of the things in the winnings valuation. Same with points. You are top 4, but at 7,500 points, you guys only have made 4,800 since those 3 cups so far.
My numbers are my numbers. I feel like I'm back in accounting, and Austin's my senior.
What are your numbers?
I was given some variances. I was given some immaterial differences. Like I was ignoring materiality, and just go ahead.
It's 2,000 for placing. It's 2,000 for placing first. It's 800 for placing 7th or 8th, and we finished 8 or 7 or whatever, top 8 technically in 2. So 2,000, 2,800. It's 4,800. Does that math check out for you?
I'm fried.
That clears.
Yeah,
that clears on my end.
Yeah, it clears my end too.
So no valuation decrease for winnings or ranks, but like I said, like the EWC pool, I mean not the EWC, the elite and the major pool are way bigger prize pools. I don't have the specific numbers in front of me. I think it's like 260 grand or whatever between them, and then the huge amount of points and stuff. So that's really where you guys are going to make your bread on those things. So Jerry, what are we doing, man?
He lost his lights
so
again.
I'm not really concerned about that. So from the
I don't know how to work the remote on the lights.
You look every time you come back, it looks ridiculous.
You're just emerging from the darkness.
Sad.
All right. So for the YouTube stuff, you are current. So it's you can't say you guys are there yet because you don't have it's because it's YouTube subs, amount of owner meetings, average views of owner meetings, weekly streams, major one vlog views. So you can't quite say that you guys are in. You guys are technically past tier 2 if you do all your owners meetings and if the major one vlog views are over 50,000. I think that's easily going to hit. But YouTube subs for that was 20,000. You guys are 20, just over 20. Basically, just having like a weekly thing that people can like tune into. Like if you'd be like, hey, Tuesday night we're gonna watch the boys scrim.
I got a great idea. I got a great idea, mate. I mean,
Barstool. We talked about the Fasoli Spider thing. Having you guys, the three of you, spectate Barstool one-on-ones, I think would be a great stream thing. I think it's probably more entertaining than watching scrims in a lot of ways for the people who aren't really into the CDL scene of it. But if like the three of you just have so that Fasoli and Spider match, like it's the three of you watching it like it's a thing, like commentating it, doing that sort of shit. I think we know this, like Zach, there's a ton of people here play Call of Duty, doing some sort of like Barstool Open or something. Just to basically keep people coming back when there aren't weeks that there are cups and other things. Just keep pushing people's brains.
Yeah, I think we're also trying to come up with a like Mook and I did it for pretty quick. I think it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. But we tried to do these like CMG chows, which are impossibly hard. So we've been doing it. We did a quick stream where we played the fans, and it was much easier, and it was like actually fun and like entertaining to watch. So I think coming back from the break, I think we're gonna ideally try to be doing that like once a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can consistently be like Tuesday night is Bush fan night, like when we do chows against the chat, essentially, like people are coming in, they're talking shit in the chat, like their gamer tags up there, you're picking random people, like that's just an easy fan engagement thing, and I think it's easy content.
Yeah,
and it's basically just you guys are just playing Call of Duty, so it's like how hard
exactly.
Is that? So that I think it would be hard pressed for you guys not to hit at least tier 3, which would be 50,000 valuation decrease from that. Now, if you hit, I think the toughest one for tier 3 to pass that is the YouTube subs. I think because right now your average for owners meetings is 29.6. The tier 3 tier is 30,000. So you guys probably will be able to hit that. Major one vlog views is 100,000, which you'll probably be able to hit that. And then it's just the streams and the meetings. I think the hardest thing would obviously be YouTube subs, which is 50,000 for that. That might be the one that holds you back on that one. But if you don't, that ends up being, $75,000 decrease off of that. Merch, you guys are into tier 3.
Speaking of which, we got those sweatshirts on sale in the Barstool store right now.
Yes.
Brand new. Go check those out.
Great plug. Social, you guys are still on tier 1 because of Instagram and TikTok, but I think a lot of that will get solved once you just start pushing out like volume of clips. We'll see if someone comes from this and starts doing that stuff and trying to help out with that aspect of it, because I know obviously everyone that helping out is doing it for free and they're already got a million things going on. So nothing for that one. And then paid advertising, big fat 0. So nothing for that one. So right now you've decreased it 75,000 hypothetically, which still means that you can buy up to 49% of it. Once it decreases over 150,000, you only can buy 40% of it. And then once it goes to 300,000, you only can buy 35%. Once it goes to 500, only 30%. If anything decrease over 750, you only can buy 25%. That's all in the fine print. That's all there. This isn't me pulling the wool over your eyes. You guys just didn't read the contracts again. So it's on you.
There.
And that's the check-in of the push. I skipped the Dave thing. We just had like a general conversation. So what I'm going to have you guys do, action items from this, write me out content plan of what you guys want to do for Major One. Like, here's the things that we want to be putting out from it, whether it streams or vlogs or mix or whatever. Budget, how much you think it's going to cost and what you're going to use the money for, X for Airbnbs, X for flights, X for freelance cameraman, whatever. Come back to me with that, and we will talk about that was the kind of the conversation that Dave and I started. about whether or not we'll fund the boys for Major One.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So so come to me with the plan, and we will base it off of that and where you guys are at that point. Obviously, the only I said you guys could keep the Twitch money. We'll probably take that balanced against the amount of money that you guys asked for. So it'll be less whatever the amount of money that you guys made from the Twitch subs. But I think we have a good chance of funding you guys for Major One, assuming that you guys put together a decent content plan and
sweet.
That's massive.
Budget.
That's massive.
Let's go.
Yeah. Now you guys might come with a shit content plan and a budget that's way higher than I was expecting for this thing, and then at that point, you guys just might be paying out of pocket.
No.
Well, what do you think a good budget is, Austin, for Major One?
Why are you using Mr.
I don't know. It's going to depend on what you guys want to do with it. It's going to depend on what. And also, Jerry, the way that you asked that was you were trying to figure out what number I'm willing to go to, and you were trying to get the most amount of money out of it. Is what you were trying to do. Yeah. That's how JJ Scams always works. You were thinking, what's the most amount of money I can milk this sucker dry for? So you're like, oh, what's hypothetically a good budget? And then, wow, if I say 25 grand, Jerry comes in with a budget that's $24,999, being like, this is just what the thing was going to cost. And
flights ain't cheap right now. Flights are expensive right now.
I honestly think that the overhead for Major One is going to be like nothing.
What do you think?
3 of our guys are already in Texas.
Only 2 now.
Two.
Oh yeah.
So
still though, that's half the team.
Airbnbs for enough people is like $2 to $3 grand, and then it's just flights after that.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Camera. We need a camera guy, right?
Yeah, we'd probably take our camera guy, and then we'd need a freelance down there.
That could also be a conversation. If you put out the content plan, like I said, what you want to do, how your plan is to do it, where it's going to be done, like as detailed as you can do it. So we also can have the conversation if we could like send a Barstool camera guy, or if we could do something like that. It's like resources, not just from a financial thing, but if I doubt I'm going to force anyone, but if, I think there's enough people that are interested in it that actually know how to do that sort of stuff. If they want to go down there for a weekend, Barstool pays for the stuff. If that's the situation that we're in, getting you guys a little bit of resources.
Cool.
Hey,
so let's put that together, and then we'll talk based on that.
GG's, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. I think it's a much easier thing when you guys come with a specific plan, budget, being like, here's how much they've made so far from, we basically made nothing from winnings because we got fucked with our player contracts. But when you combine winnings, buyout, merch, etc., hypothetically, it's all pure profit because there's not really overhead right now for the Bush. From a Barstool perspective, at least, you guys are spending money, but we're not. It's pretty easy to be like, here's how much they made. They want X amount of money to go make this content here. Here's how we think we can monetize it, yada, yada, yada. So that's a little bit easier to do when we have specific plans and numbers and all this.
Got it.
I feel like I talked way too much. I think we got a little, maybe too much in the nitty gritty with that thing, but
no, people are going to love it.
At least the boys know.
People are going to love CEO Austin going to work.
Part of the deal, Austin. Listen, they've never seen a negotiation where a guy asked for $2,000 and got it. Really, it was unbelievable. It was honestly, I didn't, because I watched the video and I saw people killing Jace, so I commented on it and I didn't really look. And then someone mentioned to me last night, being like, you see what they're saying about you in the YouTube comments of the Behind the Bush? And I was like, what? Like, they call me ugly or something? Like, what do you mean? And they're talking about you being like the world's greatest negotiator. I was going like, this guy's the next Hex. Like, this guy's unbelievable. Like this sort of thing. It's like they were talking crazy in this thing. Anyone with a spine could have done what I did. It really was not that impressive of a thing. Now, it's just the fact that it was 4 people without spines on the other end of it that I looked a little bit better with the 4 of you guys. But it like I said, it's not going on the highlight reel. When they list the Austin negotiations, that's not going on the Mount Rushmore.
No.
So,
Jerry,
but I appreciate the love.
Of course, the unshaven are big Austin guys. We're big Austin guys, obviously.
Yes.
I did a couple. We've been on for a while. I did tweet out if anyone had questions to reply to a tweet. So if you guys want to do a couple of those and we can call it.
Wait.
First one is from Connor from PA. Has Jerry's Latino wife seen him bounce on it, like the compilation? Has she seen
Is that you? You wrote that question?
Just Connor from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That's you.
It sounds like you.
Wow. Wow. Connor M from Pennsylvania is Mook. Wow. Shocker.
No, but I can guarantee you if she did see that, she'd probably not want to get married.
I was gonna say I didn't know if you were saying that publicly, JJ, but I was gonna say I think if the Latina family saw that, then there's a chance that the father's revoking permission for that one. There's a chance that.
Yeah, that would have been bad. No, she's not really active on the internet that much, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good one from Born in the Bush. When can we get the boys in the office for like an after dark or something like that? I think off season, trying to get some of the guys out here would be
like a subathon or something, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are gonna do the vlog with Fire for we're gonna get him a PC. So that's one of the boys, but
when do you want to do that, Austin?
I'm not going to be part of it. I'm just paying for it. So you guys, whenever, he's in Chicago. So whenever the two of you go out and also the one thing I don't want to hear PC excuses after it. So let's get him one that's good. I don't want to have this right now. The narrative is he can be playing better with a PC. So it's like, let's get him a better PC. But I don't want him to then get a shitty PC and have the same excuses afterwards. No excuses after this. So get him a nice
one. Austin, this one's geared towards you, and I think you actually tweeted it out post Cup 3. But it was, can we get an honest answer for how much Austin watches? Just curious.
I watch a decent amount. It's especially the weekend thing, especially with Sunday. It's like, because we do the Monday wake up barstool, so I have so much. Like, I got to be pretty in tune with everything that's going on from the games, from like storylines and like all that sort of shit and like clips and highlights and all that of what we're going to do for segments and all that. So it's harder on the actual Sundays. And I watch zero Call of Duty outside of the bush. I said, I think I like watching professional Call of Duty. I should have caveated that. I think I like watching the team that I am involved in winning. I think that is the specifics of it. I'm not out here watching Optic on a Wednesday. I'm not out here watching scrims when there's nothing on the line. I'm watching the boys watch the bush fry. That's the extent of my Call of Duty watching. I watch a decent amount on Saturday if I can. I feel like every weekend I've been flying. So it's basically using my plane viewing is just watching the bush. But I think I watch as much as I can.
Okay. A lot of people asking if we would buy a league spot. We already covered that.
They're going to pay us for one.
They're gonna.
That's the plan.
They are. I'll put that up publicly. They are going to come and they're going to pay Barstool to have a spot in the CDL because it costs money to do that. So it's even if they give us one for free, immediately the advantage of challengers is we can do basically everything that we want to do with no overhead.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that we could do in the league, like because our thing isn't based on gameplay, it's based on the personalities around it. We can do it for $0 right now. So there's really not a huge advantage. Like we don't need the CDL fans the way that the CDL needs our fans. So the advantage is they want us involved. We don't really need them to be involved. Like we could do this really with anything. We do this with a Halo league. We do this with a league that we start ourselves. It's based on the three of you. So why not do the version that costs us $0 and only has upside, as opposed to all of a sudden now having a roster that we got to pay a minimum of $200,000 and pay a real coach and pay this and pay that, unless they're going to give us a financial incentive, which they will if they're smart.
That transitions to my next one. Yak stats, more for Jerry Sass. If we could expand the bush into other games, what would you guys want to?
Counter-Strike, easy.
JJ?
I just Call of Duty for me. I don't really got any other games. Grand Theft Auto?
GTA, a Bush GTA team.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I don't know if they have a competitive scene, but we could try to create one.
Or like an RP server would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's
money
though. I think it's a little bit harder. I think the thing that works about this is there's like a finite. There are winners, there are losers, there are cups, there are this. I think there's obviously entertaining things you can do with like a GTA and things like that, but having something very specific that people can root on and cheer on and like we won, we lost, as close to sports as possible. I think those games are always going to be better. But also, you guys don't want to get spread too thin of doing a million of these.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. I think year one is let's do as much as we can during the season, grow the brand, grow the team, and then in the off season, it's like let's make content with our players and with us three and the Barstool world playing the game.
Listen, this is what MREG died for. Like this is really what Barstool Game Time is. This is now the brand. Like this is why they got those jerseys name on the back of them. You know, this is the hooligans. Like this was their vision, and you guys accidentally kind of stumbled into it. But wherever he is, R.I.P. in peace.
He's still grinding.
The forefather. Oh, is he?
I keep tabs.
Yeah, he's grinding.
He's still grinding.
But yeah, I think we covered a lot of the other questions throughout this episode, but that's all I got.
Sweet.
Oh, and then final question for Austin. Can we record us talking to the Barstool legal team about the Telluride shrub?
Let me get back to you on that one. I think that would be funny, obviously, especially if Jerry's involved. I think him trying to pitch Paul and co about why we should be able to do content around children would be very funny. But there's a couple other extenuating factors. But yeah, I would say it would be funny. I don't know if it's going to be possible.
Okay. Telluride Shrub 18U team, we're working on it.
Let's not say that far. We're not. It's not being worked on yet. It's actually being consistently shut down every time it's mentioned.
I'm working on it.
I couldn't have been privately, publicly. Mook brings it up every time as if we haven't already talked about it, and I was pretty firmly like, no. But it's not being worked on.
We need
for the record,
talent
for everyone. Yeah, I understand that. Like I said, once you get children involved for a lot of different reasons, it becomes a little murky.
That's fair.
17. What if it's
JJ, you can attest. You can attest to that, Mr. Jerry.
Almost lost my job. Almost lost the job over Mr. Jerry.
Exactly. Yeah. It once you get kids involved, things get messy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Understand.
Especially making content around the children. It's funny. I said the kicking and screaming analogy of Jerry pulling up as Will Ferrell, you know, telling the kids to take out the other team's kneecaps and all the like. There's a very funny, you know, documentary style thing you could do with it. Once again, it's children. If they're under 18, things get real hairy.
Yeah.
Thank God Epstein didn't have any big sponsors. Never would have succeeded.
No, exactly.
No.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Cool.
All right, boys.
Good shit.
Stay unshaven.
Thanks, guys.